Take
Like,
it could always been worse than it was.
That is.
Somebody can still piss on your corpse.
I'll be honest. Before I fell asleep, I had to look at myself in the mirror long and hard. I'm like, is it worth the whooping I'm gonna get today?
Well, we'll see. Red, what happened last time?
Well, a bit of fallout, we'll say. A bit of not so good times for a lot of people. Mainly one in particular, as Darius had a meeting to go to with Zoe. She had called to check in with him, wanted to speak with him at her place, and he decided to go forth, preparing hopefully a device that Celine gave to Celine to make sure that if he's in trouble, he'll be able to activate it, and she'll know, and hopefully be able to help her, come at least give him an escape route, essentially. And left Celine to essentially watch the house and ensure things are all right here as he went about his business and went on his way to Zoe's bar to have a conversation, as Zoe seemed to, of course, know that Zoran was back in his arms, as there's no way that the bidding would have been made off without that having the case. A bit curious about what exactly he did to allow that to happen, but not really pushing it. And ultimately, of course, asking how Darius has been taking his new lifestyle, essentially. And Darius answered with the incorrect option of saying that he's had it well. And she decided that he needed to make things a little bit harder, as someone got his attention and turned around to see Andrea, eyes keeping him hold and paralyzed, as Zoe took a bite and essentially killed in turn Darius, not only to a werewolf, but also to a vampire. And hours later, Celine and everyone else probably figured out very easily that something had gone wrong, even though she checked in the call and see if he was alright with no answers before ultimately getting in contact with Zoe, who revealed that he's going to be out of commission and will exactly be some time before he can say hello, as she now has him in custody and he's now what she has made him, essentially. Celine had to give the bad news to the Rivers family. Matthias was, of course, very upset, and Rowan was there as well, helping out and dealing with their own awkward reactions not awkward reactions, but trying to grow from what they've done previously. And Rowan, of course, spoke with Celine about what their goal is, and having talked to other people and come up with some ideas, has decided that, one of the things they want to do is get Jester and right some wrongs, and a question about what happens if a monarch dies and what exactly she wishes to do, and maybe playing about this Vlad, Prince of Darkness. Vlad Dracula, Prince of Darkness, of course, and maybe that will be what Rowan needs to do, as after a bit, Celine went to go chat with Matthias, as he did leave after hearing the horrible news about what happened to his son. And they had a conversation. Rowan, of course, apologizing to Matthias and pledging to help after Celine had to talk him from doing something very rash. Seems like while he is stated with that, he seems to be willing to hear Rowan out, as well as see what they wish to do in their future for the possibility of saving, making amends. And Rowan decided, along with Celine, to first figure out what's going on. Maybe there's a Zoe situation that has gotten far out of hand, as Celine made some calls, mainly with a familiar face for Zoe, older vampire Carmilla, to essentially gain resources to help deal with the situation, as this is getting ridiculous, essentially, and she wishing to have some sort of resources to stop it, though she had to make a deal of 10 years, I believe, of keeping a place maintained for her feeding ground. And Rowan went off to speak with Zoe, as well as letting people know, especially what she plans to do. And apparently, having talked with some of the Mark and as well as Richard, apparently that he had seen Zoe's shadow and had a very adverse reaction to it, and this can only spell more trouble. Like I said, as Rowan made her way to Zoe's to have a conversation and pretend like everything's fine as they gain information, and came across a child, a Fae child, a familiar one for Rowan, as Zoe revealed more and more information. Something that the Fae have given to Zoe to keep an eye on, as well as that she's not supposed to say anything. And when Rowan spoke about anything with the Fae, the child, of course, had a breakdown. It's pretty obvious for Rowan who exactly this child may be, but well, it seems even more compelling, more fascinating is Zoe's reaction. She seems to be taking this very seriously and seems to really, well, be taking care of this child as an emotional anchor almost. And even when she left and did the proper things that were letting her known, she told Celine, and that things make things more complicated. The child could be used as a distraction for her, or worse. But ultimately, if it's who we think it is, and we believe it is definitely them, then this may be the son of Grace. We could hopefully save him and get him away from the fake courts. Is still the plan in that regard. And as Celine says, to make calls and texts, and even contact Zoe because she had made a choice to make sure she was there when Darius awoke. I think he'd rather see, well, at least not be there with Zoe alone, essentially, as she made her way there and saw this child that Rowan told her about in the back seat of the car, though she didn't want to spend too long, as Darius was still the priority here. As Zoe explained some things, of course, and let her know that he will be ravenous and hungry, and you can always, of course, leave her to Zoe to take care of, but Celine thanked her and would do it herself, as she had to drag him off to apparently, ensure that he gets proper food and care, making calls to Carmilla, gaining the help of her, well, wolf-type companion. I forgot what the Vaudellac? I probably misspelled it as here, but Luca, apparently. As Darius, of course, woke up ravenous and went down the alley to the homeless den that we kind of prepared for him. And we had to fight him off to make sure he didn't kill this man, as we had to drag him back to the car and ensure he didn't, get upset with Luca as well. As for obvious reasons, he had a bit of rage issue when it came to that. And driving off. Of course, Darius was in a bad spot, mentally as well as physically, and seemed to be almost wanting to die. And Celine had to talk him out of that, to remind him that his family is still there for him, and the fact that the child that he wished to save is with Zoe right now. And we're going to have to figure something out because this can't continue, essentially, especially with how things have gone so far. And of course, John was there. Well, when we got to his tower, having come back from his escapade to find a way to help Jester, or we don't know his name is Jester, but Grace's son, as we dragged Darius and locked him up for his own safety. Celine made a call to Vlad Dracula, Prince of Darkness, to hopefully have some food, we'll say, for Darius in the long run. And of course, John's plan of just talking to Zoe. Celine was, of course, very skeptical and very uneasy about the plan, but John assured her that it's going to be fine, and going to have a conversation. He wants what's best for the child out of everything here. As Celine reluctant to let him go, and that was where it ended last time, I believe. Great. Rowan went off to talk to Lamar, and I think that's the last time we saw her as well.
Rowan, you were like, as some of these events were unfolding, you did head out to the Williams household to check up on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you get there, it's a bit later at night as you walk through the door. Lamar is just kind of like watching the TV in the living room, like sees you, like, oh hey.
Lamar, how are you doing?
Oh, settling in. Suppose that's best as we can do, considering the situation.
How is Grace doing?
Hanging in, I guess. As she's at this point, I think she's past the mourning and like they call it the acceptance phase. Sleeps a lot. Eats every now and then, doesn't talk too much, but I think it's getting better.
Ron will nod at that. She will take a seat.
She's sleeping right now. But hey, you busy later tonight?
No. Currently my schedule is free.
Wanna help me out with not really help me out, I guess just keep me company. That the John fellow? He asked me for like
Hi.
a favor.
Interesting. He does not seem to be the type to usually reach out to people.
Honestly, I was surprised he knew how to use a cell phone. Still calls them talking boxes.
Oh, he has, believe it has recently been under tutelage in the modern ways. But sure, yeah, I will, I can accompany you.
Yeah, he said that's nothing. Well, it's like, call it insurance in case something goes really bad.
All right. Then in that case, yes, I most definitely be coming then.
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe spend another like half an hour before he eventually gets up and like starts packing his gear, as he'll drive you to the city center. As park the car, and as he kind of like makes his way in one of the nearby buildings, sort of pretty close to the square, like the public square. Like sets up near a window, and you realize, Rowan, that he is setting up a vantage point overlooking Zoe's club, just literally from like a building nearby at the ground floor.
All right.
As yeah, he just kind of like puts the shotgun to the side, start checking the guns and everything.
Wonder what he plans on
Well,
doing here. He said we were insurance, right?
he told me that there will be a signal, and I will know it when I see it. And if that signal goes off, I need to rush in there and get out civilians and shoot supernaturals. So I'm down with that.
All right.
Like pulls like a pair of binoculars. Should be here any moment. Wanna do me a favor and keep guard while I double check all my arms?
Of course.
Yeah, he'll just kind of hand you the pair of binoculars. Not that far away, but it gives you like a perfect view of the entrance. As about like 5 to 10 minutes later, there he is. You see John walking. As he like approaches the club, you can see him kind of like lift up the cane with like one heavy arm swing, just fucking flings it into the air as it just shoots up in the sky and kind of like disappears out of sight. Or he proceeds to walk into the place.
I'll mention that to Lamar. He just tossed his cane into the fucking stratosphere.
Cool. I like his superpower.
I think he can control wherever it lands. Wonder what game he's playing at then.
That like fucking what's her name? Zoe's club?
It is. It is.
I hope he knows what she's doing. I heard she's very dangerous.
She is very dangerous, and she has a lot of. Well, she has quite a few dangerous friends.
Well, I don't know what the signal is, but so I have to keep an eye out, right?
Rowan nods. she will send a text to Celine. Are you aware of what your husband is doing?
Celine will text back. I'm a bit left in the dark about it, other than the fact he wishes to have a conversation.
He threw his cane into space.
Oh. Well, there's a good chance that if things go wrong, then he may tend to kill her. He has let's just call it a very dangerous weapon. How do you know this?
I'm providing backup to his backup. He asked Lamar for help.
Oh, that's good. That's good. If he'll be grateful if you would let me know if things go wrong.
Is that you literally see him walk out as the cane falls from the sky and catches it. It doesn't fall with like immense speed, just like it's quite light actually. As he like down and starts walking backwards. As you can see him like pull out the phone, and he does like the thing where like the old folks do it, like keeps it sort of further apart and like taps like with a single finger each one of the buttons very slowly. As Lamar's phone rings, picks up. Yeah, all good then. Cool. I'll pack up. Yeah, no problem. Have a good night as well. Is that you, Rowan? Guess we're done.
All right. As Rowan will send a text to Celine. I guess everything's fine then. He walked out, got his cane back.
Thank you, Rowan. That's a relief to hear.
Yeah. Sure, if Rowan, you're gonna like go back with Lamar. Like, I don't know if you're gonna go somewhere else.
We'll go back with Lamar. Yeah, Rowan's kind of a little confused right now.
We do know
Also,
about
Rowan also. Yeah, but Rowan's not gonna ask John about this because Rowan is still fucking scared of him.
Meanwhile, Celine doesn't take too long for John to call you.
Yeah, she picks up immediately. John?
Yeah, well, told you it would work. Negotiations were successful.
Good. And what were those negotiations?
I needed to know where she stood on the whole child of theirs. There's a plan, and needed to know if she was gonna be my enemy or at least cooperative. And I'll say something. I was surprised tonight.
So,
Think she cares for him quite a lot, actually.
I told you. So what does that mean exactly, John?
I may have given the game away. I don't think she was aware of everything. She didn't know about the Fae and what they did to him. And well, she was very upset.
It's a very upsetting thing to hear. Especially if she seems to genuinely care for the child.
It's definitely weird, but she was quite upset at the Do you know where Rowan might be?
Yes, possibly as well. Is this everything all right with Rowan?
Do you perhaps know where she might be located?
He has she's a few friends, mortals that she hangs out
Can you
with. If you
give me
wish
an
to,
yes, I would like to be with around them tonight. As far as I'm aware, you have Darius within the tower, so he is safe. I'm not sure about Rowan.
she was quite upset then.
Yes, and I will not want to leave such things to fate.
If it's all right with you, I'll ask Rowan first. She's a bit, well, she's not in the best spot right now. If you give me 1 second, John,
Of course.
he will go and actually call Rowan.
At this point, Rowan, you like arrived back at the house, and Lamar's just kind of like unpacking stuff.
Real quick, on the car ride there, actually, Rowan is going to say to Lamar, Lamar, what if I told you one of Grace's kids was still alive?
It's like a fucking like the car kind of like hits one of the fucking potholes. What?
One of Grace's children lived.
I would ask you, why the fuck would you tell that?
Son that lived ate the daughter in the womb, and I did not know how to tell that to Grace at the time.
Oh,
And-
fucking.
But he is still alive. He
Fuck
is
is he?
currently. Rowan kind of will struggle a bit. He is in the service of the courts, and I am working with a group of people to help free him. To
Being like hostage? What? Why is he even
as a
in...
tool. As a tool, that's what they're going to use him for.
They have no fucking right.
They don't, but they did it anyways, and when I took you and Grace into the court, I knew it would happen. I did not know how bad it would get, but I cannot claim ignorance entirely.
Wait, so you knew from the beginning that they would just fucking take him?
Fiona told me she would take one.
Fucking okay. Fuck.
Wasn't
It's not
until
some-
I saw what it did to Grace that
fuck do you think she was gonna... Think she was just gonna like shrug it off? Haven't
thought
you
she
read
would
any
still have a
fucking...
daughter. Thought she would still have a daughter.
Fuck,
And I thought they wouldn't make him into a monster. I thought that it gave me position of influence, of power. I thought that I could arrange for him to still know her, to meet her, but
What do you mean make him a monster? What?
turned him into a fae.
Hmm.
Going,
What?
they turned him into a fae, and they're going to use him to turn other people into fae. And something about him is he's not a normal Fae by any means. There's something about him, something that is different, that's off.
So fucked up.
That's why I'm very recently, through Elliot, I've been introduced to a few people, and we're going to work, set him free.
Roll me persuade an NPC. You can see like as he's like gripping the steering wheel. This is one of those Lamar rage moments that he will do something stupid.
Yeah, 10.
Please tell me you have a plan. Please tell me there's like something of a fucking plan.
There is a plan. Elliot has a number of connections, including to a specific vampire. You may have heard of his name, Dracula.
Okay,
Apparently,
fucking cool.
I think.
Like he clearly doesn't take you
So-
seriously. By the way, it's just like okay.
And Zoe has recently acquired a child gifted to her by
No.
the Fae.
No. You're like fucking.
Which-
You just hear him slam the brakes. He's like ready to turn the car around.
Which is why I am in contact with Celine. I want to find out what exactly John talked about in there. Because John knew. And if he didn't go in there and kill everyone in there, that means he has a plan.
Okay. Takes a deep breath. Did something horrible to Grace. Even if she would have kept her daughter. One's child, the fucking Fae, is the beginning of a fucked up fairy tale, Rowan.
I can see that now.
Good. Because we're not gonna tell Grace anything until we have that kid here. And we will have that kid here. And you will explain everything to her. And you will hold her while she fucking bawls her eyes out. While she fucking cries out. And you will bear with it. And you will be there for her. Because otherwise, I swear to God, I will put all the bullets I have in my handgun through your fucking skull before I go and kill every other son of a bitch that was involved in this shit.
Rowan nods. I'm not opposed to death after I fix this. But until then, I have only one goal. Only one thing that gives my life purpose right now.
Yeah. You and me fucking both. As he like slams the gas and like accelerates. And as the car sort of pulls into the driveway, your phone is ringing as Celine is calling you.
Hello?
Rowan, good. Bad news. It seems Zoe has been made aware of the effects the young child in her possession has been going through, and her reaction is upset. Put it lightly. I've been aware. John wishes to know your whereabouts to, from what I gather, to protect you from what wrath she may lay upon you. I want to ask if I can.
currently at the Williams household, but if they are going to be under threat to my presence, I will leave.
Well, yes. If you want, John can be bodyguard for you until this is, well, until death is at the first page that Zoe wishes to give you, I would hope, or worse.
What was John's read on the situation?
He was surprised. It seems she genuinely loves and cares for the child, and she was not made aware of his past. But now she knows.
Perhaps it'd be better for me to speak with her then.
Yes, I think you should speak with her, but maybe with someone there to ensure she doesn't, I don't know, eat you, cut you up, also make you into a vampire. I'm not sure how it works for Faye.
As she will tell John that I am currently at the Williams residence, or give him my number. I may somewhere else soon enough, but I have told Lamar. He knows everything.
He doesn't know everything, but everything
Well.
that's related to Jester, I suppose, in broad strokes, because you didn't mention anything about Darius or the human experimentation part. Or
Yeah,
You're
I'm
very
gonna
vague.
be honest. Yeah, the reason, yeah, Rowan did not mention that part, but I'm gonna be honest. Rowan does not feel like it's her spot to mention that
Yeah.
part. It's like,
I'm just saying, like, because like I would say that fucking Lamar like exits the car and like goes off, so you have like an actual private moment to
Yeah.
inform Celine of such details.
I have not informed him Grace's role in this. Grace wishes to apologize to well, Grace will remain in the dock for a bit longer. From what Lamar has said, she will find out when she has her child in her hands.
Very well then. Be careful. Keep yourself safe. I'm gonna send John your way as soon as possible.
That she will actually then at that point actually send a text to Lamar that basically says John talked with Zoe, and well, apparently Zoe was in the dock about much of this, and from what it sounds like, she does care about the boy, which means I will be going to speak with her.
Send that text message, but Rowan, you can hear the loud fucking roaring engine of a sports car fucking flying down the street before the tires screech on the asphalt. I don't think that's John driving like that.
That is not. As Rowan will turn to face it.
As Zoe fucking kicks the door open. And Rowan, the last time you saw her like this fucking lunatic, it was when she was half burned to death by Darius's dad. In the car, now.
Rowan will nod. She will enter the car.
And as you get on the other side, she'll kind of press the gas and just fly off. And she's like, just kind of driving, just fucking ignoring, like, it's late at night, so it's not that much traffic, but still just fucking slaloming through the fucking traffic and ignoring any sorts of, like, literally driving like a fucking GTA player right now. She's like gripping the steering wheel with one hand and the gear shifter with the other one. Now, Rowan. Between you and me, if I just slam this car in the fucking first pole, I think you'll be more fucked than I am, so... Tell me... Tell me why I shouldn't do this. I don't know, you shouldn't just fucking take your guts out and fucking spread them on the pavement.
I am actively working to set right what I did. I am actively working to return Grace's child to her. You can kill me after that. Lamar can kill me after that until I help Grace.
Fucking wonder he lost his
Refuse
shit when
that.
he saw you. Huh. You and your fucking fake courts. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill them all.
Rowan will nod.
And you can see like she
That's
is like crying slightly. There's like her eyes are watery at the moment. She is just completely fucking psychotic at the moment.
As Rowan will say that. And Rowan will just say that it happened. I wanted to lash out at everyone. I wanted to lash out at my monarch, the rest of them. I wanted to lash out at angels and demons. If Will could have been a strong enough tool, I would have dug Daresitz out of his grave and strangled him. They were all out of my reach. And my own grief, my own anger, could not yet see that it was me who bared the fault for this. If it had not been for me informing the courts, had not been for me bringing them in, then nobody else would have been in a position to have done anything that they did to him, to her. I did not want to see that yet. So I hurt him.
Who else? Who else is responsible for it?
She will say that. Yeah, she will say that Darius designed the ritual and put it into practice. Save his son that I and you had helped locked up.
Gonna get him fucking back.
Did not know that.
Nah.
His back was into the corner.
Fuck off, Rowan. You know that's bullshit. The only reason he did this is because he fucking hates my guts. That's why he break us up apart. That's why he had you literally fucking wipe his feelings for me. Fuck off.
He'd be wrong to hate us.
He made sure he paid for fucking with me. You know, being with Zoran made me happy. Made me the first time in my fucking life I was genuine with someone who I think cared for me, up to me, made me feel good. And then he took him away. fucking stole him away against his own fucking will.
I won't deny that. Right now,
Now he did it
Indirect.
again. Away a second time. Now I learned apparently he likes fucking experimenting on the phone. This kid. I had him for literally 3 days. These were my happiest 3 days last few months. Ever since things got fucked with Zoran. Not losing this one. Never shit. Never shit that I have to kill you, Darius, the courts, whoever else, fucking dragons and other bullshit.
I will do whatever it takes. Anything it takes to help Grace's son. To help Grace. After that, I do not care what is done to me.
Shit about your own. About your suffering. I'm gonna be very frank with you. You're gonna try and kick me out of this kid's life. Like Darius pushed me away from Zoran. Well, we all know how that ended up for him.
Rowan will reply to that.
We can be friends or we can be fucking bitter enemies.
Rowan will reply to that. Now that I know that I have been informed that you not know that you did not know, as I said. I see no reason. You are not an enemy. You are not a willing collaborator. You are another person that the Fae lied to, deceived. The only thing I will say is this: I do not plan to push you out of his life. But you will have to learn to occupy a space alongside his mother, or I will reunite them.
Me another
As-
persuade an NPC, but this is with a +1. +1 forward.
Yeah. This one forward, alright.
Yeah.
8.
Not
I
gonna
was
push
there
her.
with.
Not gonna push her out. As long as I can be there as an equal part in this shit. No fucking weekends only bullshit.
I see no issue with that. You have provided him so far the only true care and love that he has known in his entire life. I am certain that when he tells Grace of that, there's no doubt in my mind that Grace will be grateful to you.
She clearly calms down as the sort of car stops fucking driving like an absolute madman, as slows down a bit. Starts driving according to the rules. Rowan, I trust you on this. Not for the love of everything you give a shit about in this universe. Fuck me over on this.
I will warn you, Grace, that this information has already spread.
King John knows.
John knows. Prince of Darkness is aware.
Sounds like you're already building a little fucking conspiracy. Don't give a shit. I don't care. I have my own little plan going, Rowan.
He nods. Simply wished to inform you. When we worked with incomplete information, we had already set some things in motion, but nothing has been committed yet, to my knowledge.
Don't tell me anymore. I don't want to compromise the information by interacting with the Thane in a poor manner. It's enough to have your word that I'll be allowed to be part of his life. And I will reach out to the mother.
Reach out to Mar first. I have already informed him of what I have done.
She doesn't know.
I have not informed.
Doesn't know anything. Holy
She
shit.
does not know. As I will actually tell her like the full story, like of what happened in the Feywild.
Yeah, she's gonna listen in intently as you go through the recounting of the events, of the months, of the suffering, of the hope, of the anger. And as you kind of finish, she's gonna... They call him fucking Jester?
They did. I called him worse.
I will kill everyone that calls him by that name. Make sure to fucking scatter their bones to the fucking four corners of the world. Make sure their souls get fucking grounded into fucking dust. Ah.
Great. Honestly, Rowan will nod at that, and she will actually say, "There is a thought, errant thought I have felt. What if a monarch is killed and no one is allowed to claim the title?"
No.
Because angels might be out of my grasp. So might be demon lords, but monarchs die and are replaced. They were all a part of this. Fiona may have been the one who started it, but they were all involved in this.
Oh no. But honestly, I don't mind finding out.
Owen will nod at that, and what it's worth, I still hold much influence in the Winter Court. Not sure how long I will have it, but until then, I can still get quite a lot of information. Do you ever need it?
Make you a deal, Rowan. Putting a lot of trust in you right now. And I ask that you do the same. The coming days, weeks, I don't fucking know how fast these shitheads move. You'll hear some very, very disturbing rumors. I don't know exactly what they will say, but they will be very fucked up. I need you to talk to your little fucking conspiracy buddies and convince them to just stay put.
Rowan will smile. Flying a silver tongue has always been my best gift in life.
If we do this, I can't fucking spirit him. I can't spirit Jay away. I will be able to create time. Short amount of time. For him and his mother to just hang out. Apparently, King John's on board as well. Fucking lunatic. Literally tried to suicide himself in my club.
Celine has had quite the effect on him.
He is something. Lucky to have him.
Rowan will nod at that. She'll say, whatever happens, I'm with you.
She nods and smiles. She's gonna ask where do you want her to drop you off. Fine, no, it's fine, Tick. You can rage in chat. Let it all out. Let it all out.
As long as she's not come to me in person, I don't have a reason to rage out her in character. I don't have any reason to talk to her, so I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's fucking fine.
When Grunt told me this, that's why I had to forewarn you. This would be the section you leave the server.
It's fine. It's fine.
It will
I
get
have
worse.
drink in my right.
Just preparing. I don't want you to like.
Grant, how many more sessions of Urban Shadows is there at this rate?
Many. I see a bright future ahead of all of us.
But yeah. Honestly, Rowan would be asked to just be dropped off at her house, and
I presume you would inform John that you are still alive, because otherwise he might be panicking quite soon and.
Oh yeah,
flinging the fucking
the
meteor
second.
around.
Yes, the second that she knows that she's not going to die, she will text John that I am alive and I am on board with the plan.
Simply texts back. Oh, like okay.
Now the fucking monarchs ain't gonna know what hit them.
Yeah. Sure if what's Celine's gonna do for the rest of the night?
Well, right now she's a bit unsure about what's going on, but knowing she's gonna trust John's gonna tell her, and Rowan would have hopefully told her if she was in danger.
Yeah, you will also get a text that basically just like, I am fine.
Very well. Let me know if there's anything I need to be made aware of, or when you're up for talking. I'll be keeping an eye on this end.
I
And
think John will inform you of a great deal of it.
very well then. Don't hesitate to reach out, Rowan.
Speaking of
I won't.
Celine,
I won't. Just real quick, just last thing. I won't. And thank you, Celine, for everything.
Of course. You just need a small little time to think.
about half an hour after your message with Rowan, Celine, who you're in the tower, right?
Yeah, right now it's Darius is still in the basement. Matthias is locked up in his room. Zigzorn was told to stay out the way as well right now. And well,
Blue approaches and says, "Ma'am, I believe there's a Zoe is outside shouting."
I see then. I'll go say hello. Thank you, Blue.
You wish, ma'am.
Don't let the others know just yet. Give me a few minutes before we start to panic.
Of course.
You will go out to speak with Zoe.
As yeah, you just like her hair is a fucking mess. She's been crying, as like she kind of like sees you and says, "Oh, fucking god." What the
Zoe, or
Don't you Zoe me. Don't you Zoe me. Where the fuck is he? The fuck's the child torturer?
Zoe, he is, well, where you left him last.
Still haven't gotten
well-
fucking over it? Maybe I should bring him more kids to torture. That seems to be his favorite fucking pastime.
He's not able to really do much of anything right now. Zoe? Well, from what I've been told, you are aware of everything. Yes?
Yeah.
Well, I won't lie to you. It's an ugly mess. Darius is, well, inconsolable was a mild form of term, and he seems to wish to save the child. This whole thing started with him deciding immediately to deal with the situation. But I don't think that's what you want to hear right now.
Suppose I just need someone to lash out at.
True.
To
And he
lash
is your
out
favorite
at
punching
Rowan.
bag.
He is my favorite punching bag. We'll kill them all, Celine. All the fucking monarchs.
That is fair enough and understandable, at the very least. It seems even their allies have, well, things aren't really looking that great when it comes to what they've done for their progress. A child is, well, I can't exactly describe what he has gone through. His mother is left in the dark, not made aware that her children now live. He is apparently a scorned, kicked pup. But you seem to have him in hand. I was surprised. And I'll say Darius was, of course, he is terrified for him. He seems to be under the impression that you will, well, his experience with you has made it so he assumes the worst.
I'm not the one that fucking experimented on the boy and turned him into some fucking shit.
You're not. And if it was not Darius who did it, it would have been someone else. And he would have, well, I'm not saying Darius' choices were the correct ones, but they're made with full emotion in the long run.
I'll be honest. Oh, guy. I'll be honest, Celine. Moment of honesty. No, last night when I was reminded by Rowan that I have to end Darius's transformation, I genuinely felt sad. I think for the first time I realized, am I even doing? He's suffered enough. Surely this is. I actually think I felt pity for him. I feel so much better now. So much fucking better. He fucking deserves everything he fucking got.
Maybe. But he seems to wish to correct it, at the very least. He seems to believe the only thing left to do is right this wrong and apparently end his life, which I'm trying to talk him out of, but... The human soul can only take so much before they also get broken as well. And whether or not well, your rage is understandable. For Darius, he was told he tried to haggle, but
Fucking
there's no
human
such
soul,
thing as...
Celine. He barely got like what, a few months of torture? Fuck is that? Fucking. Maybe not all souls are made equal.
Regardless, Darius wishes to do everything with his power to ensure the Child of Grace is saved. And I will be honest, I was going to do everything I could to ensure you would not get your hands on him again, Zoe.
Are you referring to Darius here or to like the kid?
She's saying like, hey, Darius wants to do everything he can to like save him, and I was going to do everything I can to make sure you couldn't get to Darius, basically.
Yeah. Like, I don't stop giving a shit about Darius. 2
Good.
days ago.
That is wonderful to hear. I'll be
But
honest, Zoe, you are far too talented to waste your time on one mortal man. Well, unmortal now.
how would you feel, Celine, if I took John away from you? Wouldn't you wanna fucking wring my little fucking neck? Drive my fucking skull on the pavement?
Of course. I completely understand where you're coming from in that regard. I'm not saying Darius's actions. He's only given me small details about what has happened. And I don't agree with necessarily the choices he made. I can see the mistakes he made.
There's a fucking alternate world where he didn't fucking intervene and me and Zoran just actually had a normal fucking relationship.
Maybe. Maybe you could have sat down and talked to each other. Maybe if he didn't fear that his son was being controlled, maybe he would respect your relationship. But we're not in a world of maybes right now. And now, are you really going to take your time brutalizing him again when you can use him for protection of this child?
He has no fucking right to even get close to the fucking kid. I will
He doesn't.
fucking play his soul alive.
He doesn't, but what he has is power and magic.
Has jack and shit. Barely can keep himself together. Just keep him out of my fucking way.
I will be honest, he seems to wish to find redemption in saving him.
I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck, but he wants to make himself useful. I can delegate. He's not fucking coming close to the kid as of right now. His level of fucking incompetence, the monarchs will fucking sniff him out from a fucking kilometer away.
I can understand that. Alright, well, Darius will have to spend time dealing with his new nature as well. I'll let him know. Tell me, is the child happy? Is he alright?
Much as I think I did. I bought him both games, video games, toys. Made him like a little cozy room down there.
I assume they wish you to keep him away from any other relationships.
Told me to integrate him with the human world. Which I never fucking got. I mean, I thought it was a bit weird, but That's a vague statement. That's a vague fucking task.
True.
But if they fucking want to use him as some sort of human to Fae machine? Oh my, I don't. No, see, Rowan asked me earlier tonight a question about how we could eradicate an entire fake court. I was on board with that, but then I thought that crossed my head, like, would I want to destroy it when I can just have them just be born so I can just keep killing them till I get bored? My violent tendencies notwithstanding. No, we've had our differences.
On the contrary, Zoe, we have not really had our differences at all. I find no real personal issue with you outside of.
Find that hard to believe. Everyone hates me, with the exception of Rowan, but I feel even that's like a touch and go situation.
I will be honest with you, since you've been honest with me. I care for Darius. He is a mortal friend. But at the end of the day, Zoe, I have no real rage against you, outside of ensuring Darius isn't hurt. You are familiar. You would make an excellent demon. I'm very impressed by your work, which is why why I said yes in the first place.
That's big difference between. And now with Zoran, it was a different relation. Got snuffed out before its time, but this kid, it's so fucking weird to have just like a friend. No
It is.
strings, no fucking hidden intentions, no, just honest to God, just fucking likes to hang out.
It is a novel experience. A genuine relationship. I can understand that. I can even somewhat understand your process with Darius and Zorn as well. Like I said, I don't have any hatred for you, Zoe. I admire your work. When you told me that you wished to take down a demon lord, I believed you. Fully. And it seemed you genuinely care for the child. So I will do everything in my power to ensure, help as best I can. I'm better at talking to people than I am to punching, so.
Because you said you want to help. Here's my request. Already told Rowan this. I think I can trust you as well. Truly have no hatred for me. Gonna make some moves soon. I don't know exactly how or why or how they're gonna spin this. Probably try and use people who's already big dislike for me to bury me. I can handle some fucking washed up vamps. Even that little bitch Carmilla. Did you think I didn't spot the moon fucking going missing? No, she backstabbed me already, probably.
She did. I made a deal with her.
I cannot handle fucking Dracula. God knows what else he has on his fucking silver plate. I need you and Rowan and whoever else you can convince to tell them sit on their fucking asses and have a little bit of trust.
Very well. I'll relay the information. Well, not entirely, but I'll let them know that apparently you are coming with your own plans that do not require interference. And I will keep the Rivers family off as well. I do appreciate if you don't ensnare them anyway.
I don't have any more plans for the Rivers family. Zoran is... that relation is burnt, dead. Something I will never get back.
I know it doesn't really help, but I am sorry that you lost something that you cared for so deeply.
It won't be the first time. And honestly, Celine, I am so jealous of you and what you have with John. It's truly something special, and I honestly you should consider yourself blessed.
I do. In all my centuries of living, it was a surprise to me as well.
I've heard about such supernatural relationships. Never seen one like this before. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've actually won at a game most of us, I don't think, even know are playing.
It's a difficult one, I'll say. I didn't get here without a couple losses of my own. Zoe, I understand you have your own bullshit going on. But if you need a conversation or a talk or a coffee every once in a while,
Chuckles.
I'm here.
Chuckles and nods and says, I'll take you up on that after this bullshit is done.
Of
Take
course.
care, Celine.
You too as well. Zoe, I hate to say someone as bright as you go out. At least without something spectacular.
I'll make my death fucking shake the fucking heavens and hells at the same time. I will make sure that every arrogant asshole thinks they can control others, push their authority around. It's what's coming to them. From the fucking Fae, the angels, to the demon lords. Dragons and whatever the fuck else is out there. Gonna fuck with things I care about.
There is a slight smile on Celine's face as she nods and says, and I fully believe you. I do. Make them hurt, Zoe.
She smiles and nods before taking her leave.
Oh, Selena actually does like Zoe. I'm so sorry, Tick.
Will get worse.
Let's go! I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Dick. I'm sorry.
It could not be more fucking Jover.
No reckoning.
I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna quit Sunday. I don't think there's any point in Darius being here.
You need to have the happy ending, Dick. You cannot leave now at the third act.
Do you think Dick's gonna get happy? Think
Selena goes back into
Yeah.
into the thing.
As you walk back into the tower, Slane, there's something feels off. Can't really
Oh,
put your finger onto it. Something just heels off.
God damn it, what? Why?
Blue,
Yes, ma'am.
has something changed while I was gone?
Ah. Believe you are correct. Quite the keen sense.
What?
I suppose it is inevitable. Master Darius has changed himself.
What the?
This hasn't happened in it's been a few owners.
What exactly is going on?
I have a theory, ma'am. I do understand the inner workings of the tower better than anyone. As you know, it does have a powerful curse placed upon it.
Yes. I assume Darius would have told Celine what it was, but I want to make sure to ask Tick. You could just type it.
I have told you that's why
Oh.
the notebook was important. Remember?
Okay, making sure. That's what I want to assume. Yes, I've been informed of the consequences and side effects.
The curse is like magic itself, always in flux, dynamic. I've seen this happen, well, I guess once before, but I should have expected this. Maybe we should warn Master Darius.
Very well then. This will make things even messier.
Oh, I think it will, literally.
Right, two things before I
Mhm.
forget. I want to remind you about Abraxas. I sent him off to do a thing.
Yes, I will. I have remembered. I will get you on.
Okay, I just want to make sure. And then she'll ask Blue about where are Matthias and Zoran right now.
I believe they're in their chambers, ma'am, but I believe it's for their safety to be taken out of the tower immediately.
Very well. We'll let them know, and I'll inform Darius. Do we leave him here, or do we take him out of the tower? I'm not sure how that.
We can leave him here. He is in no danger, but you are also maybe not. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's a experiment we must run.
Well,
I would definitely take Sir Matthias out. He is the most vulnerable.
very well. Should we inform Darius first, right?
I think we can inform him after I've put the other two in a much more safe position. Like, he immediately kind of goes up to like the room where the other two are kind of locked.
Yeah,
Like,
they can stay.
to open the doors, and there's a sir, young lord, we need you to escort both of you out for your safety. The tower is currently going through some rather dangerous shifts, and as such, I cannot guarantee your safety as long as you stay inside. As Matthias and Zoran look at him, but then look at you also kind of like confused.
Yes, it seems the tower's magic is, well, doing what magic does best and causing problems, as usual. If you follow me, you can stay in my apartment for a while. There's enough space for both of you.
Matthias will nod as you kind of like lead them out. Like, grab a couple of things as you kind of like lead them out. Says, you're gonna be okay here?
Hopefully so. Blue says it'll be a fun experiment, nothing else. Here is the ability to get into my home. It shouldn't be too long. Make yourselves comfortable. I will make sure Darius is informed so he is not left here on his own without, well, answers.
Okay, give me a call whenever you figure things out.
Of course. See you soon.
Right, take him to the castle.
That would
Just
be a
don't
very
tell
bad
him.
idea.
That'd be
Leave
fucking
them
funny
alone
as
in a
shit.
dimension that ever shifts. That's
That would be funny.
all you need to do is like take one wrong step in the courtyard and then you're fucking lost in the woods. But yeah, they're gonna like kind of walk away as you kind of go to close the door, you kind of like scratch yourself as you realize the door handle has these little tiny sharp spikes that are protruding from it. And as you realize, there's like a small drop of blood that sort of trickles from your palm as the sharp points kind of meld back into the door handle.
Oh, maybe a note should have been better. Well, Blue, if you can lead me to Darius.
Yes. As he'll lead you through the tower as you enter the magical room, as Darius is locked in chains of mystical energy, kind of bound to the wall, completely immobilized. As Darius, you open your eyes and you see Blue walking in with Celine.
Darius, it seems there is another roadblock on the way.
Darius just looks back down at the ground.
It seems your tower has the curse that exists here is activating in some form or fashion. I'm not too sure exactly what that means for you.
Looks at Blue.
It is something that has happened once before in the very beginnings. Since then, only mortal wizards have been custodians of this place.
What happened to What happened to that owner?
Well, this tower, like its sister, used to also eat emotions, sir. Until one of the custodians, well, the original one, took over from. Let me rephrase that. I'll say, until one of the custodians took over, and well, the curse changed.
Is it gonna? Is this reverting back to its previous state?
No. I have long had the theory, sir, that the curse reacts to the custodian's nature. The one that took over this tower was truly knowledge hungry. Much more than the original builders of these two structures. But now, sir, I do believe you have a different sort of hunger.
I just want to try to help people. What does it turn? What does it seem like it's turning into? And if it's turning, Celine, what are you doing here?
Oh, I had to deliver some news. I felt it would be very rude to just leave you on your own without any notice. Matthias and Zoran are at my place.
I believe, sir, that it has a unquenchable thirst for human blood. I'm not exactly sure if it hungers for any other supernaturals, but that was the experiment.
Blue, is there a garden in the area? In this tower? Places where we get herbs and stuff.
I don't think you have.
I have the spa, so it seems like it requires like anything that it could possibly be nature related. Anything at all.
say, well, we have some very limited facilities. I wouldn't call them a garden, sir. They're potted plants.
Grunt, I have a Hail Mary play
What is your...
to try to stop this. There's a... Grunt, you're probably going to tell me I'm wrong and stupid and it won't work, but there's a god of magic I happen to know who might be knowledgeable to stop this from happening.
Do you think Veles can revert your vampire nature?
I think he can give me an idea on how to stop this tower from requesting blood sacrifices.
Darius, I don't think Veles needs to. I think you can figure it out quite easily. You just need to not be a vampire. Or
All right.
give up the tower to someone else who's not a vampire.
Okay. So I need to find a way to stop being a vampire. And I have a very small window of time to do it, is what I'm understanding.
Yes.
Okay, Grunt, because this is Darius, and Darius is supposedly theoretically smart, I assume the chains and stuff is to prevent him from going feral.
Yes.
Could you say that it's what it's meant for, like, when he loses his mind? I'm just gonna assume that he put in like a code phrase to actually release him while he's actually sane, so he can actually leave.
Like this prison is controllable by you. So yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna say whatever thing he set up in his mind to break the chains and open the door. Sorry, you're not a human. You don't count. All right. Well, listen, we don't need this turning into Stephen King's Dark Tower, so we need to find a way to cure or get rid of vampirism, and we have a very short amount of time to do it.
That is a tall order, Darius.
He gives her like a little light comes into his eyes because he sees it as a challenge and like pats her side of her face a little bit. Like, yes, but that isn't that what makes it exciting? Come on, we don't have much time.
Well then.
Do you have any ideas, Celine?
I'm gonna be honest, Darius. How much? I know she has status in the Circle of Night, Grump. How much does I think from what Celine knows of vampirism, it doesn't really go away.
There is no cure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be honest, Darius. I've not heard of such a thing. And,
Well, we didn't
unless
hear
you
that.
just go ahead.
We didn't hear about people turning into fae, and that can be done.
Yes,
Oh,
but to be changed into something else, I don't think it would get rid of your vampire nature. Would just add another element.
Grunt.
Who will speak up and be like, sir, I do believe that you will be adding more unknown variables to a rather chaotic process that we do not properly understand as is.
I can only see two options, Darius. You allow the change to happen, allow the tower to take the nature that you seem to be, well, in tune with, and let it, well, what comes happen. Or you release the tower from your service and find it a new master, which I don't think you want to do.
Tower's the only thing that makes me actually useful. If I don't have the tower, then I have really no purpose in being here. And I'm not going to sacrifice people. I'm going...
disagree with that, sir. I believe you are a talented, intelligent, very wise, and kind-hearted mage.
But I would lose you, Blue.
I would still be around, sir. You just may not be able to order me around anymore. Maybe time for you to look, maybe for a potential successor?
Grant, why are you taking shit from me? Do I have enough to lose?
I'm not taking shit. That's his opinion. He would rather see you keep your moral integrity instead of just devolving attaching more supernatural tags to your fucking soul. Sorry, you made him like this.
I did make him like this. That's like that is the worst part. Like, Grunt. I've been doing like I assume since the second this has happened, I've been doing research upon research upon research. Is there any glimmer of hope that there's something that can be done
For what?
to deal with the vampirism, to deal with the werewolfism, any of that?
No. Where so that's the difference. Well, technically, you don't gonna say. Curses can be broken, but the vampire nature, that's there's no way of undoing that. Could become something else that sort of overrides that, but then you don't know how the tower will react to that either. That's what Blue is saying right now. It's like you could become a demon, but we're not gonna don't know how the tower is gonna react to that.
No.
Is it gonna start eating souls next?
It's up to you, Darius. What do you wish to do? And I don't think you have a lot of time to think on it.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I got free of her and she keeps taking shit from me and I just
Blue just kind of looks at you and says, "Believe whatever you choose, be the best path forward. If you decide to try and control this tower's hunger, we'll do the best job possible. Decide to relinquish it, destroy it. It has been my pleasure to serve you."
Blue. Is it possible, like the curse of this tower came for a reason, is it possible to break this curse? And keep the tower?
Do not know.
Is it possible to alter the curse of this tower to my specifications?
That is what's happening.
Yeah,
Curse
but it's the
responds
tower's
to you.
Oh,
If you remove the curse, sir, may you remove the entire power source of the tower itself. You know quite well that magic has its costs.
And Darius choose who takes over the tower after him.
Yes, of course.
It's up to you, Darius.
do we even have any candidates?
Well, the question is, do you wish for someone else to condemn to your curse as well, that you know? Or at the very least, do you wish to have someone else you can have an ally with who can still grant you access?
I don't know anybody, Celine. And I can't make this. I can't.
I believe there is an option, sir.
What?
Your father has no power. There would be no curse, there would be no power, but it wouldn't harm anyone. It would just be a simple tower. I would just be a simple custodian.
But what about the knowledge that's possessed here?
That would be locked away. Sealed.
I'm gonna kill her. 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 Like, this is just Darius just losing his shit.
Darius, you're running out of time.
Blue, I need to see it. Show me where the center of this curse is. I need to see it. Where
You are
it has to be written.
Standing in it, sir. There's the tower. Living, breathing. It's
Oh,
very
God.
soul.
I think, unless it was altered in the update, I think there's actually something I might maybe possibly do about this. I just need
What
to
are you
look at the
thinking?
book. I don't want to say something and be wrong, so just give me like literally half a second. Give me like just let me look.
Fine.
Because I need to actually look at the playbook.
See, now I can confidently say it will not get.
Grunt, you're really making me just not want to play like want to just kill Darius. I don't know what to tell you. You're literally giving me nothing to work with.
Just don't like the consequences of the curse.
Grunt,
like a
you're
you
literally,
problem.
you literally. I like I said, there's like you're,
You
you're
literally
really
just, I'm
putting.
sorry, Dick, you just load like the consequence of the literal curse that you chose as a downside. I'm sorry.
No, I chose memory loss, but we'll.
No, Dick, you chose the
All right,
curse.
Grunt, I'm not
Dick,
going to argue with you right now.
don't-
Hold on. I'm reading something. Hold on. Okay. Grunt. Would you count this as an object or a spell?
Tell me what you're trying to do, Dick. I will not start here like fucking hairs with you.
Okay. I have a let it out ability that allows me to reshape the essence or nature of
Dick,
an
you're
exposed
not gonna
object.
be able to just fucking undo the curse. What the
I'm
fuck?
try-
Like,
you
what's the
can't-
point? What's the point of? Okay, imagine, be like, you get this very, very powerful thing that has a big downside, and then
Right,
you just
that's-
undo the downside.
Grunt, it's not. I can't undo it. I can alter it. That's the question I'm asking.
No.
That's why I asked, Grunt. Fucking fine. Well, I guess we'll give it to Mathis. At least it doesn't go in the wrong hands.
Is that what you want?
No, it's not, Celine. I didn't want any of this. This is what I got.
So he just gives you a look.
Sorry.
I understand.
I'm sorry.
You're going through a lot right now.
I'm gonna kill her, Celine. I swear to God, I'm going to kill her. It's the last thing I do.
This isn't the right time or place to say it, but after this we'll have to have a talk. You're not gonna like it.
Until we can find a proper successor, Mathis will hold on to this place.
Blue, is there anything that he needs to do to ensure that transition?
Be here, and there is a contract that they both need to sign.
Celine will give Mathis a call. Mathis,
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah. Everything all right?
Yes, it seems that we have come up with a solution, though you do have the chance to say no. The
Okay, I'll-
tower is changing. It's adapting to the new nature that Darius has, and the curse is adapting with it. So, to ensure that the tower doesn't become something far worse, Darius has offered to relinquish control of the tower into your hands. In doing so, allows the tower to become inert, adapt to your nature, and become a regular old building. until someone else can take over, or someone else you deem worthy enough to take over, of course.
Shima. Ugh. Yeah. What you need me to do?
It's not what I need you to do. I'm telling you what the options are. We could leave it as is, give it to someone else.
Is this gonna
You
save,
don't-
keep people safe? Then I will do it.
Very well, Mathis. You should return back soon. Apparently, a contract must be signed.
I'll be there half an hour.
See you soon. She will hang up the phone as she looks to Darius.
Darius is just walking through his tower one last time. Just kind of exploring while he still has control over it.
Yeah, Celine's not gonna. She's gonna let you have that moment, basically.
Eventually, Matthias arrives. Walks in. Blue has the contract prepared. We'll kind of stand in the sort of living room in the center. Darius.
Don't. It's either this or blood sacrifices.
I'm ready.
And he signs the contract.
Yeah, you'll sign one part, he'll sign the other one, and as Blue raises the binding agreement, the tower itself, there's a bolt of light that shoots down from the top, almost as if a third person signs it, and then everything goes dormant. Books stop flying, everything just melts with it as the once bright and magical tower goes completely dormant.
Darius just leaves. He just leaves. If it's not daylight, he just walks outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 6 in the morning?
Yeah.
The sun's about to come up,
Yeah.
Grunt? You can't even give me a chance to just leave this fucking place. God damn it. Why do you hate me so? I don't know what I did to you. I'm sorry I had a good time in mass. I don't know what to tell you, Grunt.
Shut the door and kind of like, you can go to like a nearby room and get down on the bed, close the door behind you.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, bad news. It seems we won't be roommates after all. That looks at Matthias, and I assume Zorwin's here as well.
Yeah, he would have broadsword. What?
She made the joke that because they were stay at her place. She was joking, trying to lighten the mood.
Yeah, he'll be like, well, I mean, you're always welcome to stay here.
True enough. Well, I won't need to tell you that Darius is upset as a mad for him. He's gonna be even angrier when we have a conversation later.
That was his whole life, I guess. Last many years.
It is. He has made himself more vulnerable as well, and lost a very powerful boon.
But he keeps doing right thing.
Well, it seems it's a common thing in the family that you have here, Matthias.
Honestly,
You all seem to carry the same gene.
it's my son, all right. And I'm proud of him.
That's good then. Like I said, if any of you, she kind of looks at Zorn as well. She says, "This need anything from me? Just let me know. I will come back in the morning. Me and Darius, well, come back a little bit later. Me and Darius need to have a conversation, and I don't think he needs to have it now after what happened. Tell him not to do anything rash, please."
Right.
Where's Blue, actually? What happened to Blue when this happened?
He's still here.
Ah, sweet.
He
Ah,
looks less magical, but he's still like functioning.
good, good. That was the most important thing.
Not mean enough to take him away. Powers like wiser.
Celie will also like get closer to Matthias, not necessarily because she doesn't really want to cause too much harm to Zoran right now. She says, I made arrangements for Darius for food. So I want to let you know so you're not caught unprepared, but
It's like he flinches for a bit, but just nods.
I know.
It's gonna
But
take some using. Getting some using too.
Yes. I haven't had a chance to really tell him anything. Things have just been one thing after another. I'll inform him of everything once after he has a moment to breathe. But just let him know that, if you can.
Honestly, I'm not very good at these sort of things, so if he ever walks out that room, I'll talk to him.
Of course. I won't. Just give me a few hours. And like I said, if either of you need anything, all of you.
Yeah.
She passes Matthias on her shoulder as she gives Zoran a nod, and she will text Darius that she will be back and they need to have a conversation.
You just get a thumbs up.
Yeah. Hi. Hey, there she is. And she, she's gonna take her leave for a bit.
Going anywhere specific?
I don't think so. I was originally intending her for to go to John right there, but I think she's a little bit lost in thought right now.
Would Darius leave the room anytime soon?
No, he is 1,000 yards staring at the moment. Because to him, he's really just, again, lost everything in such a short amount of time.
Sure if telling you're gonna put Rowan up to speed or not on this.
Yeah, she will let Rowan know that Zoe has informed of her plans and what she essentially doesn't need anyone to get in her way, and she will try to help with that in that regard. Seems that we are on the same page when it comes to at least one aspect of this whole thing.
Your will just send, alright.
Very well. Glad to hear that you're all right. She was very upset when I spoke with her.
She was incredibly upset.
Yes, it seems she has a new goal right now, and I honestly think she will pull it off.
I have faith in her abilities.
Yes. I will actually be speaking with John, but if you need me, give a ring. Oh shoot, that's right. Also, she will tell Rowan like Darius has also lost the tower as well.
All right.
Yeah, and she will leave it at that for now. I assume Rowan will be smart enough to know that will probably be a big deal for Darius.
Yes, Rowan absolutely does. Yeah, Rowan understands.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you go to find John.
Yeah, gotta check out exactly what his side of things are.
Well, you'll find him quite close by, just kind of sitting on the riverbed, kind of watching water slowly flow downstream. As the sun is now sort of sky, looks up at you.
She will sit down beside him. Place her hand on her shoulders, basically, with a bit of a sigh.
I think it's been a rough night for everyone.
Yes, it has been. A lot of things are changing, John. Apparently. Seems Zoe is on a bit of a warpath, which is understandable.
Managed to talk her into working with us.
That's good to know. Zoe is crafty and dangerous.
This helps a kid willing to work with the devil himself.
Kinda are, right?
Kind of smiles a bit.
I've already offered my help to her as well. Regardless, there's still a child that needs to be saved, and a reckoning that needs to be on its way, apparently, as well.
Yeah. What happened at the tower? Feels
Apparently,
weird, different.
you may be feeling its new owner. Darius's new form and ability has made it so the tower is adapting at a dangerous rate. And to ensure it would not become something worse, Darius relinquished control of the tower to his mortal father, making it so the tower is nothing but a simple building.
My mother once berated me quite severely for refusing to learn sorcery. Honestly, I haven't regretted it to this day. It is a soul-consuming art.
Yes, and Darius is not taking it well. I haven't yet told him about the new arrangements we have, and he will, well, I'll deal with it.
I will be there to ensure he does not harm you.
Well, normally I would say you wouldn't have to worry and I can handle myself, but I think the news will be very upsetting for him. And his nature is just something very new for him.
As your phone is ringing, Celine,
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
Abraxas.
oh, cool. She will pick up the phone.
Ah, good news, Celine. I have quite a lot of useful information for you.
Wonderful to hear, Abraxas. I'm not too sure. Well, any news I'll take right now. Do you wish to meet then?
I don't think it's necessary, but as you wish. I was gonna say
very
you
well.
also like you explained to him like what exactly you're looking for and
Yeah.
why. So yeah,
What she knew, what she knew and everything like that. He was
Oh.
discreet.
there is good news, Celine. Good news indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I believe your friend has been cursed. Means a curse can be broken, and I do know of a way to do that.
Ah, that is good to hear. And what is this way exactly then?
There is a certain, let's call it medical procedure, that once performed, if performed correctly, will break it.
And what happens if this recipient has also taken another nature within themselves?
Don't think that's very much relevant.
Well, that's good to know. We should talk then. I'd like to learn everything that you found out, and
Now,
hopefully.
Celine, I don't know the procedure, but I can get you someone that can perform it safely and, well, adequately.
I see.
It is unfortunately a very well guarded secret, but doesn't mean we can't use the knowledge to our own benefit. Save your
That is
friend.
also true. It is appreciated, Raxus. Thank you.
Should I send a specialist now or at a later date?
At a later date, I wish to speak to the one who is cursed to make sure he's informed. There has been a few hiccups.
Well, then, let me know. Have a good day.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah? And the phone call.
Oh, hopefully a bit of glimmer of light in all this.
John kind of nods.
I am going to take a moment, and then I'm going to talk to Darius and let him know. It's a pity about Matthias. Had such plans.
John just kind of like raises an eyebrow.
Huh? I was hoping to ask him to be my bodyguard.
I am your bodyguard.
Yes, you are my bodyguard, but you also seem to have, well, troubles, John, and I didn't want you to worry. If something happened, you had to be away.
If there's any need that fill your life, or even small part of you is threatened, you may easily rely on my protection. Just have to let me know.
Celine just kind of like laughs a little bit. Of course. Well, nothing to worry about now. Come. I think I want to relax in the arms of someone I love. How about that?
I think that will be quite nicely. Yeah, you'll spend some time as the sun keeps rising up as the hours go by.
Yeah. Eventually, I think Celine would talk to Darius, see if he's up for having a conversation.
You make your way back into the tower. Matthias hasn't left the living room. He's just kind of like sitting there as he like sees you enter.
She brought takeout. I'm not even sure how these people eat. Who feeds them now?
Oh, Blue, listen, Blue's like the tower still functions. It just doesn't have all the magical and arcane knowledge.
No, I'm just picturing Blue with an apron now. That's cute. Okay, they get fed. That's good.
As he like looks up and says, "Ah, you're back." He
Huh, I told you I would be.
hasn't left the room yet.
Very well then. Huh. John, Matthias, John, you two already met each other?
They've seen each other. So.
I'm gonna have a conversation with him. Do you have, well, you should probably be here for it too as well.
I mean,
Celine
yeah,
will,
we're both going to join with you as you approach the door. Darius's room.
he will knock on the door. Darius, if you'll be willing to come out, we need to have a talk.
Darius comes out, but it's just there's just nothing. It's just there's nothing going on between his eyes at the moment.
Yeah, Celine, make sure you're taking a seat with this part.
But John was like, don't you want you to like cure him before you tell him?
Ooh. Oh, that's what John said at one point?
John was like, yeah, I mean, if he didn't, he would have suggested. Want to
Yeah.
fix like the lycanthropy before?
Yeah.
Like, more
Yeah,
stressful
you're right.
news.
That is a wonderful idea, John. John will, Celine will tell Darius, it's like, well, I have some good news. Before this whole situation had happened, I made contact with someone who I gave a task to find out exactly how to deal with, well, your new nature, Darius. He finally got back to me. Apparently, there is a way to break the curse of your, your werewolf nature.
He nods.
He can send me someone who can, well, do the procedure, as he says it, and it should break your curse entirely.
He just nods again.
From what I gather, you will still be, of course, a vampire, but you will at least have less of the rage issue. And I have made arrangements with other people to, well, take care of your dietary needs.
He just sinks down lower and just is looking at the floor.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is, well, we will find a way to at least make this less of a uncomfortable situation.
Call who you need to call. Let me know when they get here.
Very well then. She will text Abraxas, I assume, as well, to let him know that they are willing and waiting for this person who can do the procedure whenever they're available.
As be there shortly.
Well, this fellow will be here not too long. Would Abraxas have given me a name at all? Or would this
Victor.
person wants to keep Victor? Okay. Apparently, his name is Victor, and he should be here shortly, and we can hopefully begin.
Darius nods and then just goes back into his room and shuts the door.
Well, that went well.
Matthias kind of sighs and nods. John just seemingly completely unbothered. Lost quite a lot. It seems normal to act like this.
Yes, I am actually being, well, thank you, Mac. I was actually being truthful. It is rather well. How is Zoran? How are you?
Zoran's still. Honestly, we wanted to approach him, but it's all very awkward, right? I think Zoran still blames himself for a lot of this. I don't think this is helping.
I will ask. Darius seems to be dealing with a lot right now. If, with your permission, of course, if Zoran would like to work at my shop for a little while.
Honestly, I think that would do him some good. Give him something to focus on and get out of the house.
Yes. I think it would be better than being cooped up.
John kind of speaks up and says, I may make another suggestion.
Mhm.
His talents would be wasted.
Well, what thoughts do you have that we work best for his unique talents?
I think it's time. I think I have some time to train with him. You said you needed a bodyguard. He would make a much better bodyguard than the old man over there. No offense, Mr. Matthias.
Any thoughts on that, Matthias?
Bodyguard? Says that with like a raised eyebrow towards you.
Apparently, I find myself in all sorts of trouble, at the very least. And John is, well, being around people for long lengths of time is not something he enjoys.
Well, I think learning to fight from John is not the worst thing ever.
Huh? If Zoran agrees, of course. I see why not. And it'll hopefully give him time to learn the ropes of things if he can watch me.
Odds.
Oh, jeez, I want to get this guy a TV. Do they have a TV in this room?
Probably not.
So please try not to be rude when she asks him if he wants a TV.
Like, are you asking Matthias?
Yeah, I'm asking Matthias. It's his
boy.
house now.
I still have many books I managed to catch up. I'll be fine.
Oh. I highly suggest you don't stay cooped up here too long, at the very least.
He nods. Oh, feel like walking when I see Darius. A bit better.
I think you also should try to socialize as well. Make friends.
I appreciate your intentions, Celine, but I think that's a bit out of my depth.
Gonna add that vow to my playlist right now, Grant.
Damn. As there's a knock at the door as Blue see this man kind of wearing very ornate flowing green robe. As yeah, there's snakes almost kind of like coiling around him, almost acting as guardians, sort of watching around him as their tongues sort of smell the air. Victor, I was told that I'm here to break a curse.
Good day, Victor, and yes, thank you. We appreciate your help in this. Selena will go get Darius and everything like that, making sure he's in the town and everything before doing so.
Yeah, I don't have any control over it, so it's not like I'm going to the roof anymore. So yeah, he's just in his room.
Yeah, I assume so.
Door opens. says, this is him?
Yes. Darius, this is Victor. Victor Darius.
He'll extend a hand and shake it. If
Shake
he-
your hand. This should do. Please lie on the bed and I will deal with the rest. This should be not painless, but most of the discomfort will be after the operation.
Can you explain to me what is... Without explaining the operation, can you explain to me what is being done to me?
I will be purging the curse from your very blood. Or soul, depending on your worldview.
I think it seems to act as a disease, but he just snaps back and doesn't nerd out about the magic.
Like, lies you down. And he looks at you, Celine, and says, must I have observers to this?
Ah. Very well then, of course. Secrecy is important. Darius, I'll be right outside this room. We all will.
I should be done in half an hour.
She nods, giving Darius one last look and a pat before taking her leave.
Yeah, he kind of don't realize even when he pulled it out, as he pulled that kind of bag and starts pulling vials out a syringe. Staying only for a bit. He administers some sort of anesthetic to you as you blink a couple of times, pass out, fall asleep. Celine, there is several times that powerful glow emanates from inside the room. Other than that, it's mostly silent. And as the half an hour passes, Victor opens the door and says, "Operation was a success."
Thank you, Victor. It is much appreciated.
If there is at any point have any other similar issues, I have a vast knowledge in quite many subjects.
Of course. Some of your talents, I would look forward to speak with you again.
Take care. And he'll just politely walk out the door. Darius is still sleeping.
Well, one fire taken out. A couple more to go.
Yeah, about like half an hour later, he'll awaken as Darius, your entire body feels unpleasant. As you are still sort of numb. And, well, your inert dead body is not making the sensation much more pleasant. Swear though, you could smell the scent of wolfsbane throughout the room.
Motherfucker. If only it would... He'll try to get up. He'll probably like stumble out of his room. Probably like legs of jello.
We're probably playing Go Fisher or something like that. 21, I don't know, blackjack. Oh, Darius. Good to see you're awake.
If I
Why?
wasn't already dead, I feel like I would feel like I was.
Well, nothing else. Rather no wolfy nature. No unattainable rage.
John just like looks at you and says, "I think we'll find out once you tell him the news."
News.
Yes. Darius, take a seat.
Jace will take a seat.
Well, a lot has happened while things transpired the last day or two. I've spoken to Zoe, and we have come to an accord of sorts.
Darius is just looking blankly at you.
She wishes for the safety and well-being of the child, and I agree with her in that regard.
Okay.
She has no, well, she tells me she has no desire or interest to engage with you or your family in any way. She has other priorities right now, and though she wishes to rage against you and those who have caused the child harm, she has bigger fish to fry right now.
How does she know my involvement there, Celine?
Well, she was informed.
By whom?
John speaks up and says, I told her.
Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be brought to my attention there, Celine?
She has made it very known to me she wishes for you to stay as far away from the child as possible. That she can, well, if there's a task that will require the safety of the child, then she will inform us. But at the very least, she has no wish that you touch him. It seems whatever memory or residue exists within the child, it could trigger with you, possibly.
Anything else, Celine?
Not that I can be aware of right now. I told her that I will ensure that you are safe and taken care of, and I do not wish to see you engage with her in any form or fashion, which she said agrees with.
Grunt. I still have full faculties of my person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Darius just stands up, brushes himself off, takes the chair, and whips it as hard as he can against the wall, nearest wall, away from Celine, so it's not threatening in any way towards her.
It sort of flies and loud crack shatters in several pieces. No werewolf rage though.
Guess the werewolf curse is gone.
It is. It's good to know that Victor is professional in all regards.
So, let me get this straight. The person who has taken everything from me in the span
Yes.
of 2 weeks is on our side to help the child.
Yes.
She wants to be nowhere near the child.
Yes.
She wants to be nowhere near her.
Yes.
And she is going to get it taken care of.
From what her words have told me, yes.
So, Jairus just walks out of the tower and just sits on the stoop. I don't know if I can smoke, but I'm going to assume I can. And Darius is just going to pull out his pack. Just sit on the stairs and just smoke, like violently shaking.
Celine's gonna go after him. She's not gonna take a seat, giving him a bit of space. I know this is not what you want to hear. And I'm sorry, Darius.
I should have taken those deals. I feel like I would have lost less then.
You would have lost more, but I know it doesn't feel that way right now. Never does in the moment.
I don't really feel any reason to exist, and the only way I could have helped the child, and he taps the tower, I can't even access anymore. So
You just hear like a fist slam against the outside door.
Mhm.
As like your dad just kind of like stares at you and says, "The hold of yourself. Think that's all that you are? A bunch of fucking books and knowledge? Think that's the only? Think that's your only value?"
he just goes back to smoking. He's just in his own head.
Listen to me, son. You think that power gives you value in this world. Got it all backwards. It's us. Think only with magic you can change the world. Magic is a tool, like a gun, like a knife. It hurts more people than it helps. As sure as shit won't just stand here seeing you beat yourself up because you lost one tool. The fucking tower doesn't make you who you are. Doesn't give you your intelligence. It doesn't give you your principles. Doesn't make you who you are. Sure as shit doesn't make you useful or useless without it.
He's right, Darius. There are people in your life who want you right here, magic or no magic.
Darius just exhales, gritting his teeth.
You think
What is our...
if you think selling your soul for power is gonna make you feel better, gonna somehow make you lose less, you've deluded yourself. You think Zoran needs a fucking slave of an angel or a demon or a god, or do you think he needs you? I fucked up, Darius. Don't need to repeat my mistakes.
Darius just flicks his cigarette. Celine, what's your next move? Run me across the board. What's the next move?
Right now, wait, see, make sure information is properly shared, and those who need to be informed are informed. No rash decisions, no crazy talk. Patience. You need to right yourself, make your peace with your new nature, and ensure your family is, well, on equal foot. We will ask Zorn if he wishes to train and has a new purpose right now.
What is your plan with Zorn? He looks at the two of you. At the moment, I've been out of the loop.
It's understandable.
Had a good idea. I'm training fight better.
John
something to
wishes
do.
to. Yeah. John wishes to train Zorn. And possibly he can act as my bodyguard where John cannot. And he will also have a chance to, well, have a way safely to see how our world operates without putting himself on the line. Son is ignorant, Darius, and he is a coveted prize for some.
Grunt.
Hmm.
Because I don't really know. How long is the Romanian school system? Like high school? It's like still 18 in
Yeah.
Romania, right?
Yep.
He exhales. As naive as this sounds, 2 years, Celine. He worked for you for 2 years. Then he gets to determine what he wants to do with his life. Whether it's school or work with you, okay?
Of course. I'll do the business of souls anymore, Darius. 2 years is fine.
Whatever Zoe's gonna do, it's gonna shake things up.
It is.
I don't care what she says. I don't care how smart she is. She's not gonna be able to go up against the courts. Not like this.
Not like what she is now.
No. When the upheaval does start happening, and it will, there's going to be a lot of chaos going around. Am I wrong?
Possibly.
A lot of pieces up in the air, right?
Yes.
Maybe I'm naive. Maybe it's just fool thinking, but it would be a shame, a real shame, if Celine, you just happen to catch a lot of those pieces.
An interesting offer, Darius. One I
Fine
can think
enough.
on.
I'm just saying, it'd be a lot easier to preserve the people around you if you had been to have more say in the town.
It would. I have calls to make and people to speak to, but it is an interesting thought nonetheless, and I will take it into consideration, Darius. You worry about getting yourself to rights.
Yeah. I'll get my head on straight. I'll figure something out.
Oh, we'll help you figure that out.
You said something about food. Do I put them in a fridge? Is it like takeout?
I have contacted a familiar fellow for us both, and he has offered to, bring you a much more easier lunch, dinner, whatever, food. Those who would be a little bit more willing and make it a little bit easier for you in this regard. Did Vlad Dracula of Prince of Darkness give me any timetable on that one, Grunt?
I mean, it's literally, I think it's been like a day. So soon.
Okay.
Soon. I hope so, because I think I'm still hurt to
Yes.
shit.
I feel quite fast one.
He's been made aware, so soon he
Does
will
he have any concerns that I'm going to kill these people?
City didn't say anything about that, but
I'll say this. His implication was like these people are quote unquote volunteers. That means that either he's using them as sacrificial lamb, which would be kind of stupid, or they're trained to handle such situations.
I think he's aware of your nature entirely, and the volunteers that he will be sending your way are more than capable.
Grunt. I got kind of another dumb idea. I don't know how. It's just a thought in my head. But I do know that time works differently in different places. And I know it's going to take quite a bit of time to like get my head on straight.
Mm-hmm.
If Darius were to just, not right now, and I don't know where, to just go somewhere to get his head on straight, like a different dimension, would you be against that for a bit?
No, I mean, you can do that.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Celine,
Mhm.
I got an idea for you. And he looks at Mathis. For you two, it will seem like a lot less time. For me, it will seem a lot longer. But I think I'm going to go away for a little bit.
Do you want to elaborate on that one, Darius?
I've been dimension hopping for a little bit. Time moves slower in different dimensions. Well, faster for that, slower for you. So I can give myself some experience with vampirism. And I'll have my head on straight by the time I come back.
That seems a bit excessive.
Looks at Mathis. What's his opinion on that?
Vampires are creatures of the city. You want to get used to that nature. I don't think isolation will help you much.
Just something.
Now,
to knock
Celine,
around.
you do know one vampire that could probably
Mhm.
like guide him at the very least.
Which vampire? Gwen, I know a few of them.
Well, not Zoe. I mean Farah.
Yeah. I say I know a couple vampires.
Well, that would be funny. Hey Zoe, I see you owe me a debt. I really need you to do me so.
You could actually do that if you want.
Says, I have a contact of mine, someone I've worked with quite often, who may be a proper teacher for you, Darius.
Cool.
Ra Fairchild. A highly esteemed vampire.
Do I know that person? Have I met? Fairchild. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. The only one I know is Sophia, and I doubt she wants to see my face. I could bet you that money.
Well, Miss Fairchild is a fair woman. No nonsense. Very esteemed client of mine. We have a rapport with each other. And if nothing else, she'll willing to hear this out.
Oh, Celine, I don't want to embarrass you in front of your clients.
You're not going to embarrass me in front of my clients. I am bringing a newly turned vampire to her doorstep.
You sure? You sure about this, Celine?
You need a teacher, Darius, and running away from it will not get you any results. So we can pitter-patter about what to do, or we can give you proper help.
Okay. All right. I guess set up a meeting.
I will speak with Fairchild, and I will let you know what she thinks as well.
All right. Also, Grant, I just looked her up. She's an alchemist?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get along swimmingly.
One who made the potion.
I didn't know that. I didn't, like, me, Darius, the kid, like, I didn't know that. I thought it was, like, her other demon friend who made the potion. I don't remember her name. Sorry, Red.
No,
So
you're good.
yeah, unless there's anything immediate any of you would like to do.
Nah, eventually I'm gonna have to tell Rowan the whole, like, 2 gossiping lies with coffee. Gotta let her know the details.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say we can say you put Rowan up to speed if you want.
I think mostly I would tell Rowan that Darius is going to be getting used to his new nature, essentially, and so he'll be a bit busy with that. And I assume we at one point needed to let Hades in. I need to let Carmilla know as well
Hmm.
about some things that are be changing.
Well, what would you let Hades know? Because they don't really like. Hades is not involved. This is just Dracula. Dracula.
Dracula,
Person.
sorry. I apologize, Dracula. I
Okay.
will need to let Dracula, Prince of Darkness, know.
There we go. Sorry, Red. You almost get smited there.
Yeah, I apologize. Forgive me.
Yeah, I mean you'll catch Rowan up to speed as a few days will pass, and Celine, get a phone call. Unknown number.
God damn it, who keeps getting my phone number? Okay.
Very public person. I'm sorry.
You're good. Celine will pick up the phone.
If it isn't the demon secretary, top lieutenant, bitch herself.
Who's this one, Grunt?
This is Leon.
My favorite character.
Our favorite character. Celine will be like, Leon, it's been quite some time. How are you doing?
Doing fine. I'm doing fine. I just wanted to, well, know how I am. Messenger boy and all.
Of course, a fan favorite, if I ever had to say.
Well, I wanted to deliver this message that, well, I think this is just a gloating message, so I'm not sure how to even to say pose. Can't
You
see
could.
me. Can't see me.
If you want, you could take a picture and send it along.
Let's
That
just
makes you feel better.
let's just say that you can keep that little fucking shadow bear. I think our common acquaintance Malcolm will get something much more spicy. Also
Mhm.
related to shadows. Thank you, Celine. Thank you for all that you did in pushing him into our arms.
Of course, Leon. You know how it is. I love to make friends, and you're one of my favorite.
You can go fuck yourself. But yeah. I think the Fae will be quite upset when we get their little prize.
They do love to hold grudges. I'm sure.
I'm sure
I'm
they
sure you
won't.
may be.
Sure they won't bear any grudges against you once this transaction goes through.
Well, why would I be a problem for the poor little Fae?
Well, when Snow Knight kind of just lops off your head, just remember my smile.
Of course, Leon. When I close my eyes, I think of you.
I just hate the way you ask us. It feels so degrading.
It is. That's the point, Leon. It is supposed to be degrading.
I hate this job, and I hate you. And he closes the phone.
Celine just smiles. Look, I'm not sure how old Leon is, but I keep picturing that he's younger than she is.
Most
I mean,
likely.
he's such a silly little man, isn't he?
He's such a silly little guy.
He's such a silly little man.
Yeah. Not sure if you're gonna do anything with that information, Celine. You're gonna trust Zoe, or you're gonna like pull the trigger on something.
I think Celine is going to trust Zoe with this one because from what she saw and what she's been told, Zoe wouldn't give him up so easily.
Yeah.
I think she will tell Rowan, at the very least, that she's gained some new news. And she's going to trust Zoe in this regard. So make sure so Rowan's aware and can keep the people who may find out from freaking out.
And have that last phone call as you inform Rowan. I'm not sure what's Rowan's reaction to this.
Well, Ron's reaction is honestly quite simple. Well, I trust that Zoe has a plan. And I trust that if she doesn't, and if this fails, she will end up somewhere far worse than anything I could do to her, anyways.
True. It seems I may be getting the ire of the Fey Court in the next few, coming months, weeks. I know they can hold things on for too long. Just wanted to give you a
Suppose
heads up.
Suppose it sounds like Melcom servants might be busy in the next few days, in the next little while. Then,
Mm.
wonder who he'll have at home.
Yeah, that's interesting. That. I'll keep my thoughts on that to myself. Speculation won't get me anywhere. I have to contend with reality right now. Things are moving quickly.
That they are.
Oh. Be careful, Rowan. I know the Fae aren't ones who are big on forgiveness, very similar to demon lords in that regard.
I have a feeling, Celine, very soon, time is going to come that I may permanently those ties I have.
No. Oh, that sounds very exciting then. I look forward to seeing you after such a thing happens.
As Ron will just say that, when they realize that Zoe has absolutely stabbed them in the back as well, they're going to look to who could have leaked the information, and really, I am the only real person in the courts who could have done that or would have had a reason to do that at all.
True. That is true. I would say Darius, but not with Zoe, not with their relationship. Or lack thereof.
Absolutely not, no.
Very well then. I will start making calls and preparations.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
With that, unless there's something else any of you would like to do, I'll leave that discussion about familiar pets for next session.
Then I will keep that there. Can't get a sanctuary. I will get myself a therapy pet.
Okay, so quick question, Grunt. Darius is still the power one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did the intimacy debt for him. It's cleared up now. Is that? Yay, okay. Got my thing in power, guys.
Yay.